Welcome back to the channel, and today it is another Spotlight Hour on Pokemon Go. It's a Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. till 7 p.m. means Spotlight Hour, and today we're going to have Shieldon. We had Cranidos last week. Today we get another fossil type Pokemon, and that is, of course, Shieldon. So Shieldon is going to be spawning in just a moment at 6 p.m. local time, and that's in around about 2 minutes time, or just under 2 minutes time now. And then we'll start seeing all those Shieldon appearing. So it is a full odds shiny rate. And we're going to see how easy it is to catch as well, because the bonus for Spotlight Hour... Hey Surui, how are you? So the bonus for Spotlight Hour tonight is 2 times catch XP. We're going to see how easy it is to do an excellent throw on Shieldon, and whether it's worth sticking a lucky egg on with that bonus. Because if it is a good excellent catch, then it could be around about 4,000 XP per excellent throw. So we'll have to see how good of a catch it is when we start spawning. And of course, we may also use the Roar of Time, or the Spatial Rend, should I say, first. So we'll start off with Spatial Rend. So we're going to do half an hour of Spatial Rend. And then we'll see how good of a catch it is, and we may put a luck egg on in just a moment. Hey Jonathan, how are you? Thanks so much for joining. So there we go, there are the Shieldon. And let's have a go at throwing at 1 or 2. And yeah, I think we'll be okay. Let's stick a luck egg on and get catching these. So if anybody in the chat is going to be sticking around for the hour, then if you want to note down the XP that I'm currently on, we are just under, well, we're just under 33 million. So we're 32,876 into the current billion mark. Hopefully we can keep tabs on how much we earn during this hour from that. Terrible start to the excellent throws though. We started off well and then just not hitting one now, which is always the case when you drop a luck egg on, I think. Start off well and then end up going through a bit of a bad spell, but we're back on it now. Excellent throw that time. Let's use some of these Pokeballs. We've got 1,391 Pokeballs, so we might as well use some of those. Nice. Oh, I can see a candy Pokemon encountered. Excellent throw again. So it's a decent spawn area, this is. I think this is the only Shieldon, or the only area in my local village which actually nests. So this little field here, this little dark patch here, does actually have nest Pokemon. That's the only place around me which has a nest. So that of course changes every other Thursday into a different nested Pokemon. But of course it's filled with Shieldon at the moment because of Spotlight Hour. Yeah, definitely join the Discord group. Link is in my bio. damn what I wrote. I can't I can't see what you wrote because it ended up going off. Which bit about? It's very, very windy here in the UK. I think we're currently having a storm in the UK, so it's unbelievably windy. Can you see Shieldon candy coat? Of course you can. I'll show you that in just a moment. There you go. So Shieldon candy, we're currently 800 XL, 1,368 Shieldon candy. And of course Shieldon is a rock and steel. So let's Mega Evolve a rock or steel type. So Mega and Mega Free and rock. And let's do our Aerodactyl with a satchel. I think we did this one last week for Cranidos Spotlight Hour, so we're going to do it again. This will give us some more XL candies and some more normal candies for Shieldon, which we might as well do. Tiny little Shieldon there. Still managing an excellent throw on it. It's decent. Curiosity, how many Shieldon encountered so far? Shieldon and age 0, 31 that I've caught so far. I think I've caught all that I've encountered so far. I think Jonathan's going to keep tabs on how many we see tonight. Jonathan's like the stat man. Stat man Jonathan. Stat man John. He might be asking for dex encounters. Right, sorry. Let's go for it. Let's go for a dex encounters. 1,931 seen, caught 1,277. So the catch rate hasn't been brilliant on them, or I've just been checking them and not catching them. That's probably what I've been doing. I'm miles off it, guys, today. I'm miles off it. You're going to have to bear with me. It's been a long day. I'm going to have to basically spell out what you want for me. We got there, yeah. We got there. It took a minute, but we got there, yeah. I'll go with that. It definitely took a minute, but we did get there. Another tiny Shieldon. Excellent throw on this one. Yes. Slow minds we are. I definitely am today. Definitely am today. You two have just showed me up, so yeah. I would definitely say I'm a slow mind today. It's so windy here today. Yeah, Grucicom Day's been announced. We've got, of course, Gigantamax Snorlax this weekend, which is going to be pretty cool, unless, of course, you've already got one. Snorlax is one of those G-Maxes where it's a nice to have, because it's a pretty cool G-Max, I'm not going to lie. I like the shiny G-Max, how it changes, like the tree on its belly, the tree changes to an autumn colour, so it's all orange on the leaves of a tree, instead of a normal one, which is just green, like summer tree. So I do like those sort of little details. So Snorlax is a really, really cool Gigantamax. One of the coolest, I'd say. Although, of course, with Gengar. But it's a good tank, but I think Blissey's better, yeah. Blissey's miles better. So Blissey's definitely a lot better than Snorlax. Also, other good tanks are the like of Metagross as well. Metagross is a really good tank as well as a decent attacker in some occasions. So yeah, it's more of a dex filler. I don't think there's going to be many scenarios that you use Snorlax, unless of course you just really, really like Snorlax, or you end up getting a Shundo or something like that. Other than that, I can't see many times where people would use Snorlax, if I'm all honest. Yeah, Grimmsnarl is a really, really good attacker. Some people were actually soloing Lugia with Grimmsnarl. Did see a guy on YouTube do that. So yeah, Grimmsnarl is a really, really good attacker. Yeah, Snorlax is cool, but not very useful exactly. He's a nice one to have. It's a shame that G-Maxes don't stay in their G-Max form when they are your buddy. It's a shame that Megas don't do that either. You know, imagine a Mega Gengar. Well, of course, Mega Gengar can follow you around, but G-Maxes don't, which is a little bit annoying. I wish that the change of appearance of G-Maxes just stayed when you set it as your buddy, a bit like Megas do. Yeah, most G-Maxes that are here for now are just for show, yeah. There's a couple of G-Maxes which are actually useful. The free starters, which are Cinderace, Rillaboom, or Rillaboom, whichever you want to call it. And Inteleon, them are of course the best fire, water and grass. Yeah, G-Max following you around would be amazing. I don't know how G-Max Snorlax would follow you around, because it's lay on its back, innit? It's like being followed around by a cushion. Like one of those massive teddy cushions that you just jump on. It's like being followed around by one of them, I suppose. Yeah, Grimmsnarl is a really cool looking Pokemon, I would admit. Hooper's quite an unusual one. Don't see many people calling out Hooper for being a nice Pokemon, but yeah, it is quite a nice design. I like the little ring, like it's got some sort of relation with Sonic. It's like stole Sonic's rings. Yeah, Hooper is pretty cool. It's definitely an unusual one, but it's a very, very cool one. God of Mischief. Exactly. He is definitely the God of Mischief. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. Dynamax Woobat, let's do this. We didn't do any Dynamaxes yesterday because I was supposed to do Dynamax Cryogonal for Max Monday, and then when I got home, I'd set my 3D printer going throughout the day. When I got home, it was completely crashed and embedded into the part that I was printing, so I had to strip that down, clean it up, buy new parts, and yeah, that's the reason why I didn't go live yesterday. But yeah, so we'll do a few Dynamaxes today while we're walking around. But we still need to use yesterday's particles and then also earn today's. Yeah, Hooper just literally, he's pretty cool. He just literally creates his own worlds via the rings he holds onto. Like, turns them into teleport devices and then just jumps through them. It's just pretty cool. He has got a really, really cool shiny as well, Hooper has. It's a very, very cool shiny. He goes all gold, doesn't he? If I remember right. Be interesting to know when we get that in Pokemon Go. Yeah, Mega Zygarde does look really cool without the hammer, but of course it is designed to have the hammer. But yeah, I can see your point with that. The hammer does just look a bit ridiculous. It's a little bit like the new Mega Lucario, the Mega Lucario Z. I really like the design, but there's like a little bit of like a, I don't know, it looks a bit like a cable or something like that, which is just strung across his head. It just looked really weird. But without that, it would look amazing. I don't know what we've done there. Try using Gengar when it used... Didn't quite catch that comment fully. I'll read it next time. Tried using Gengar when it used it charge attack Dynamaxing. Yeah, so it's really, really cool. What happens when company won't pay the fan arts? Yeah, it's a fair point. The fan arts always look a lot better. They always do. YT Slams is here. Oh my god, it's been ages. How are we? It's been ages since you've been on one of our YouTube lives, it seems, anyway. Yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. Thanks for joining. Awesome. Like a month since I last spoke. Well, it's nice that you today, mate. We've got 380 more particles to collect today. And we're going to stick our daily adventure incense on. It's going to last for half an hour. We must have got to that stage of a go battle pass. No, a go pass, should I say? We must have got to that stage of a go pass where the incense gets increased to twice the amount, and therefore we get half an hour of it now instead of just a normal 15 minutes. Still only one of the first couple of stages that is of a go pass that you get that bonus. If I get a bird and catch it, I must transfer it. Is that what that said? You must transfer a legendary of your choice. Fair enough. Yeah, I'll go with that. I will definitely do that. If I get a bird and catch it, I will transfer a legendary of my choice. Yeah, I'll go for that. I was actually trying to think of and you guys might be able to help with this, but I was actually trying to think of a trend that I could start to do on either on my YouTube or my TikTok. Probably on TikTok, because it seems to be more of a TikTok trend. You know these videos where you have like, you know, so many day one of not doing something until something else happens. I wondered if I could do something in terms of Pokemon Go. So for example, like, you know, day one of trying to catch a shiny or having to delete a legendary or something, you know what I mean? Something, I'm not sure. But obviously something more harder than that, because shinies you could get loads of. You could end up just waiting until com day, you know. I know a lot of people do like day one of not cutting my hair until this happens or whatever, but I wondered what I could do. I wondered if I could start a sort of trend. Something where I could do daily updates. Yeah, so if you've got any suggestions of what I could do. How many trash legendary you got saved up? Not many. I already deleted a load of trash legendary, so most of them are good now. The ones that are trash are normally shinies, so obviously they get saved anyway. But yeah, if anybody does have any suggestions, then of course stick them in the Discord of something that I can do as a trend. I might actually do a little short video on that anyway, asking people to comment their suggestions of what we could do as a trend on the channel. But yeah, if you have got any suggestions, then put them in the Discord, and then I can read them later instead of trying to remember them through the comments here. Day one of trying to find a bird on my daily incense. Or day one of trying to hatch a shiny from a daily egg. Oh my god, that would take you ages, wouldn't it? Day one of deleting the legendary until I get a shiny from my daily adventure egg. That would take you ages. Yeah, goodbye Pokedex. Yeah, it would literally be every legendary. I'd have to constantly do legendary raids just so I could have some to delete. I think that will definitely be the case. Day one of deleted a Gengar until I get a shiny bird. That'll be no, I can't do it. I can't do it. No. No, not Gengar. Not Gengar. Don't bring Gengar into this. Don't be so mean. Don't be so mean. Leave Gengar out of this. We love Gengar. We definitely love Gengar. I think I'm definitely going to be doing a YouTube video or YouTube short, YouTube. Yeah, it'd probably be a full YouTube video because I don't think I'll be able to fit it in a YouTube short. Maximum length is, of course, only 3 minutes. But yeah, I will be doing a YouTube video about my graded Gengar cards if you want to see all them. Second favourite Mon. I quite like... I'm not sure. I like Cranidos. I like Sableye. I like Honedge. Second in favourite, very important. It's a tough one, that is. Because naturally I'd go for like Haunter. You know, I think Haunter's really cool. I do like Alakazam as well. Alakazam's quite cool. They're like old school though, aren't they? So many Shieldon. Of course, the Shieldon Spotlight are so many. Trying to catch them all. There you go. No shiny. So don't forget the Journey to Paldea event, which sees Bagon and Larvitar have an increased shiny rate. That finishes later on this evening. I think it's 9 PM local time. We'll double check that, in fact. 8 PM. 8 PM local time. And of course, we have got Raid Hour tomorrow, which is Kyurem Raid Hour. That is going to be a very cool Raid Hour. Kilometre egg. We've got Mime Junior, and it's rubbish. 591 Mime Junior. Goodbye. No worries, YT. Thanks very much for joining. It was short, but it was sweet. Thanks so much. I'll speak to you more on Discord, no doubt. Ooh, Dynamax Ghastly. Shall we do it? Shall we do the Ghastly? Run a mile till a shundo. Well, funny you should say that. I am going to be doing a YouTube short video about it, but if you want a sneak preview into it, I may have gotten a shundo the other day from a lucky trade. Watch a video to find out what it is. I'll be posting it later. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's a bit of a tease, that, isn't it? It may be something terrible, it may be something really good. You don't know. Yes, I've not put it anywhere. I've been wanting to do a short video about it before I post it anywhere. But yes, I did get another shundo yesterday for a lucky trade. Not yesterday, over the weekend for a lucky trade. So yes, I will be posting that later. I was supposed to post it yesterday, but of course I was busy. But yes, I will be posting that later. By all means, fire away with guesses, and I will let you know if you're right or wrong in the comments. All I'm going to say is that it was legendary. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. That's your hint. Now, do you reckon we can solo a Cryogonal? I know it's going to be quite hard, but I was obviously supposed to do them yesterday, so we might as well try today. Looks up all legendary mons, yeah. Literally, you're just going to reel them through now. Station wrecks it, yeah. It does wreck it. Have we run out of luck egg now, or? Yeah, we've run out of luck egg. 685. A little bit of a quick catcher. 260 candy to collect. Oh no, we haven't caught it. It's a good job we clicked on it again. Here's me trying to quick catch a Dynamax. There we go. Right, can we do this? We're going to try and solo a Cryogonal. It might take a while, but I think we can do it with Zacians. Let's try. So Cryogonal as an Ice-type Dynamax isn't amazing. Of course, we've got other Ice-type legendaries, or Ice-type G-Maxes, should I say. Of course, we've got Articuno as an Ice-type for a Dynamax. And then legendary-wise, G-Max-wise, should I say, we've got Lapras, which of course is better. So Cryogonal is not amazing as an Ice-type. It's by no means one that you need to go and get. But of course, it can be shiny. So we're going to try and solo one. Should be an okay solo, just might take a while. But with Zacian on our side, it shouldn't be too difficult. It's not doing too much damage to Zacian, so that's good. Yeah, Behemoth Blade does pretty decent damage in fairness. Is it going to go down to yellow health on this one? Not quite. Not far off though. A few more fast moves and maybe we get into yellow. There we go. And then I would say one more D-Max. Congrats on getting a shiny. I don't think I was lucky enough to get a shiny on that one. Not too sure. Definitely didn't get it in Dynamax, I don't think. I might have got it from research. I think it was on research at the same time, wasn't it? Can't remember now. Oh, got it from research. Awesome. Yeah, I think I got it from research. I think. I'll have to double check on that. Maybe one I missed out on. There's been quite a few events recently where the shini's only been available on research. We had more Pekko as well, didn't we? And then, of course, we had Psyduck a while ago. That was in the wild as well, though. One more charge attack, and this should be down and out, or maybe just fast attacks. There we go. We need to stick a lucky egg on again to see us through the rest of this hour. And I think we've got a couple of friendship bonuses to level up as well. I think that is an absolutely dreadful CP for Cragnolt. Something tells me my hundo is 1595. So to get 1527 is pretty shocking, unless I've got my numbers wrong. Yeah, it's shocking. It's one of the worst you can get. That's not ideal. That's a bit rubbish. So particles left, I've got 140 more I can claim. Let's just catch these Shieldon here. Well, first of all, let's put a lucky egg on because all these Shieldons could be getting twice as much XP. Let's stick a lucky egg on. I need to spin my stops for a weekly challenge, else Jonathan's going to shout at me because Jonathan's in my team for his weekly challenge this week. Spin my stops. What are we on at that weekly challenge at the moment? 122 out of 150. Yeah, I do wonder how they're going to add those Z moves. I'm guessing there'll be exclusive moves to the Pokemon which can evolve into the Z variation. I'm not sure. It'll be interesting to see. I think it's going to be a while though until we see those in Pokemon Go. I don't think it'll be this next year. I think this next year, with it being the 10-year anniversary of Pokemon Go and the 30-year anniversary of Pokemon itself, I think it's going to be a big year for other things. There's been a lot of reports about potentially Armored Mewtwo coming back. That would be really, really cool. I don't know what people's thoughts are on that. But apparently there's been rumours that the shiny of Armored Mewtwo is going to be available, something that's never been available before. So that'll be interesting to see if that does happen. Persimmon. I've got to catch some more fighting type for that challenge. So how many people in the comments collect the Pokemon card, Pokemon TCGs? Does anybody collect them, or I mainly just collect Gengars, I must admit. I play the game and collect cards. That's fair. Is that the online game? Or do you mean like TCG Pocket? Yeah, so there's like the Pokemon TCG game where you get like codes for Pokemon card packs. You know, like you get a code card in every Pokemon card pack. Do you mean that one, or do you mean like the TCG Pocket one, the one that came out like a year or so ago now? Yeah, so the Pokemon TCG Pocket, yeah, there's no code cards for that. Yeah, I wondered what the code cards were for. Yeah, so when you buy a pack of cards, just like a normal booster pack for like £4 or whatever it is nowadays, then normally in the start of every pack you get a code card, and that you can use on actual Pokemon.com. You can use that on, and you can like build up your battle decks, and I think you can challenge other people and like basically play the trading card game online. But obviously TCG Pocket has now brought that into a different perspective. It's a separate game entirely, so you can't use those code cards on that. It's a completely different game, but it's sort of similar, except one's just on the website instead of on a mobile app. But I don't think you get as cooler cards on the old one that you do the new one. I think the new one's got pretty cool cards in it. The card game is too much for my brain. Yeah, it does get very, very tactical. It's like playing chess. You know, you've got to throw the right move at the right time. It's partly the reason why I don't do PvP on this game. It's just because I just get so frustrated in it, because I don't know when's the best time to switch or have the right Pokemon or the right counters or use that move, or I don't know all the other moves that the opponent could have on their Pokemon. So yeah, I just end up getting frustrated with it and just don't play it. Like playing Dungeons and Dragons, yeah, exactly. It's very complex sometimes. Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons is like a whole different ball game, isn't it? And it's just one of those where it's, like you say, it could last for years. It's ridiculous. Something I've not really played, Dungeons and Dragons. I know the concept of it, but yeah, it's just like a massive chess game. The world outside is crazy. Been stuck inside for 10 years playing Dungeons and Dragons. So much has changed. Warhammer, yeah. Another game. Warhammer 40,000. Yeah, it's one of those games that if you get into, you can just end up spending hours upon hours on it. It's a bit like Pokemon Go, to be honest. Just trapped. I've been trapped in this game for like the last 10 years. It's not too dissimilar. Right, we might have to use a bit of raw time again in just a moment. Just to get the spawns a bit further in this nature reserve. Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Right, so Palkia, Spatial Rend. Let's use that for the next 10 minutes. Just to get these far out spawns for the next 10 minutes or so. And of course, we do need to open up some friendships as well. Some gifts to get the trigger of friendships on a few people. While we've got our luck egg on. There's time yet. We're under new ownership, so anything's possible. Anything's possible. Oh my god, Jonathan's come back with a list of legendaries trying to guess the Shundo one. Yes, you've said it. Congrats, Jonathan, you've guessed it. You've said that one. You've said the one that I've ended up with a Shundo, so congrats for guessing. Don't know how you got it. John is going mad, yeah. He's trying to guess the legendary which I've got a Shundo of this last couple of days. Yeah, you got it. That is the Shundo. You got it. Bang on. Correct. I don't know how you guessed it, to be honest. I really don't. You're like a mind reader. Just don't know how you did it. Right, is there any Kyurem raids while we are walking back up the other way? 37 minutes. Where the hell is that one? Where the hell is that? I don't know where that... Oh yeah. It would be all the way across there, wouldn't it? That's amazing. Thanks, Pokemon Go. I'm down here, not up there. This game sometimes, man. It's ridiculous. I spent way too much time on it. Yeah, so I'll give you another tip as to what Pokemon it was that I got a Shundo of. It has different forms. So the tips that you've got so far is that it's legendary and it has different forms. Or, you know, the ability to change into different forms. Can we get 4 hints allowed? So you've got 2 already. You got it's legendary. The ability to change into different forms. Not many legendaries change into different forms. That's a big one. It has what can I say? What gen? I don't know. I don't know what gen. Forms like regionals? Not quite, no. So forms as in like it can change its appearance. So like I would say different forms, I would say like Zacian's got a different form, Zaramazenta's got a different form, Necrozma's got a different form. What other ones have got different forms? Hooper's got a different form, but that's a mythical. You know, those sort of Pokemon, the ones that have got like fusions, or like Reshiram's got a different form, Zekrom's got a different form. You know, those that have got fusions or different forms, like Zacian and Zaramazenta. It's one of those I've just said anyway. I can't narrow it down more than that. Yes. No. Not an orange form. Kyurem. Not quite, no. But you're on the right lines. Not quite. Going back to a notepad. I'll give you a tip. What can you do to Kyurem? Has it got an adventure effect? No, not in its current form. What can you do to Kyurem that you can also do to another Pokemon? You've just mentioned it before. So with Kyurem, what can you do to it? You can... Hey Rev, how are you? Zekrom, no. No, but you're on the right lines. What Pokemon? Reshiram, no, no, no. No, nobody's named it yet. Well, except Jonathan, who named it in a massive list of all legendaries. Ooh! What does Lunala fuse with? What do they both fuse with? Come on, what do they both fuse with? It's fucking a Necrozma! Boom! Shut down a Necrozma from a lucky trade the other day. We got there. Yeah. But I need your guys' help. Which one would you fuse it with? And why? Give me a choice, give me a reason. Why are we guessing? Rev is just like, what's it? So I told everyone at the start of the video that I'm, well, not at the start of the video, probably about 20 minutes ago, that I obtained a lucky Shundo, and it was a legendary this weekend. And people were then trying to guess which one it was. I said I was only going to reveal it on a YouTube short video later, but you know now. But I will also do a YouTube short video. Yeah, so which one would you fuse it with and why? I'm super happy with it because it's really good in all of its forms, I think. And of course, I don't know what's going to happen when Ultra Necrozma comes out. Shundo Dialga is very, very cool. Bat is good for raids. Bat is very good for raids, especially against psychic types. Like some Mewtwo and stuff. Won't stand a chance against that guy. Bat is good for raids. Yeah, the bat is good for raids. The dog used to be good for raids, but it ended up getting... It was a good steel type, but it ended up getting knocked down the pecking order because we had the likes of Mega Metagross released. We had, of course, Shadow Metagross, which is even better than Mega. Then we also had Zacian and Zamazenta in the Sword and Shield form. So the dogs ended up being knocked down the order, whereas the bat's still number one in terms of ghost typing, or joint number one in terms of ghost typing, because I won't have it that it's better than Mega Gengar. It's just not. So I would say that it's joint number one in the ghost type, but it's also a really, really good psychic. It's the first time you've heard me swear. Yeah, I try not to swear much. I do try not to swear much, especially on stream. So I do apologise for my language, but still, it was a very exciting moment. Dan on a timeout. Yeah, for the next 5 minutes, I'm not allowed to talk. That'll make a really fun and exciting stream. Go sit in the naughty corner. Yeah. I need to find a naughty step while I'm outside and just go sit on it. Face a wall. I do put on my live streams when I go live, but it's not suitable for kids. So, you know, that might be my get out of jail free card. Any shinies on the Spotlight Tower? No, not at the moment. But I'm hoping you bring me the luck, Rev. Shundo Zashi or Shundo Gengar? I can't guarantee that it's going to be Shundo. Or do you mean just shiny? I can try and send you a shiny of one of those, if I have one spare. It's going to take a while though, isn't it, to get to remote trades. But yeah, it'll be really good for anybody who's lucky. I think that's mainly the reason, is to get rid of those lucky friends that you've got from miles away. So yeah, that'll be good for that reason. Yeah, of course, not guaranteed, but we're hoping. Yeah, don't forget as well, if anybody's watching who is watching for the first time or anything, make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Also, there's a link to my Discord server in the description as well, so make sure to go check that out. Join the Discord and join the fun. A little bit of a plug in there for my Discord. Just got to slip a plug in every now and again. You know, these famous people do it, so why can't I do it? Yeah, you've got to get to best friends and then an extra 90 days for remote trades. Yeah, it's a little bit annoying, that is. Now, I don't know what's going to happen, whether you get to that, you do your trade and then you go back and you have to wait another 90 days, or whether you're just permanently at that. I'm not too sure. Oh, have you? So you have got to do a friendship again? Right, okay. So it goes back to what you had it at previously, once you've done a trade. That's interesting. I suppose that limits the amount of people, you know, the amount that you can do. I'm guessing it's classed as a special trade as well, no matter what you're trading. I can only assume that it will be classed as a special trade. Yeah, that would sort of make sense. It would sort of, you know, you can trade with them, but then you've got to wait another 90 days. So yeah, that would sort of make sense. And it also makes, because normally when you get to best friends and then you go lucky friends with somebody, you don't really interact that much, because it's like, well, why are we interacting? We're already lucky, you know. So I think I'm lucky with Rev, to be honest, if I just check. So sometimes me and Rev don't really interact that much because we're already lucky. So it's like, why are we interacting? Because we're already lucky. But I'll interact with you today, Rev. So yeah, you sort of get to that stage and it's like, well, I might as well send me a gift to somebody where I'm going to level up your friendship or whatever. So at least it makes it some sort, you know, it's still a good thing to level up your friendship even after best friends. That would be quite good if it does reset for that instance. What was that? I missed that comment. Spotlight hour's finished, by the way. We'll check numbers in a minute. Dan, you didn't add me to the weekly challenge. I helped the last one. Well, jump on in. Invite. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? You're already in one. You're already in one. Quickly. We're about to finish it. Push him to the limit. You can only invite up to 3 friends. Why is it coming up with that? View invites. Cancel. Cancel. Ooh. Sir Ooey. There we go. Come on, jump on in. Let's do it. Right. Let's get friendship levels done. We've got some XP to be earned today. Friendship level 3, highest to lowest. We've got our best friends here. We have our best friends here. Mario Brothers. We have another best friends here. We have another best friends there. Popping it off with our best friends today. Friendship level 2. So Uwe, can we friendship level up today? Is that okay? Can I open your gift? Let me know. Are you ready for me to hit the trigger? Let me know. Don't forget the egg. Yeah, the egg is on. It's got 3 minutes left. I'm just waiting on Sir Uwe to say it's okay for me to open his gift as well. Let me know within the next 2 minutes if it's okay for me to open your gift as well. We're potentially going to interact anyway because of the stops. But if you're happy for me to open my gift now, then that'll be bro. Awesome. Just let me know, Surui, if I can open your gift, because we are going to go Ultra Friends. So just, can I open this or not? You ready? You ready to open? Let's do it. Let's do it. 100,000. Awesome. Thank you very much for that. And then let's go friend level 2. Or friend level 1, should I say. We've got 1 here. And there's another 20,000. There we go. Oh, I feel much, much better now. I've opened all those friendship levels. That is a lot of XP that we just earned there. Right, so. "42 days away." Yeah, I think I've opened your gift today, haven't I, John? I'm sure I've. Yeah. I will send you another one as well, so we're prepped ready for tomorrow. So yeah, in terms of Shieldon, of course, Shieldon Spotlight Hour, we didn't get any shinies. Let's have a look to see if we got any 4 stars. No. We did get a Petilil though, and this was hatched earlier today, which is a pretty cool hatch. So yes, Mundo Petilil. And let's just check out how many candies we've got for Shieldon. 2,935 candies, 1,122 Candy XL. So that's definitely gone up a lot. I think at the start of the hour, we had 800 Candy XL bang on when we checked. So that's an increase of 322 Candy XL alone. And I think normal candy, we probably had around about 1,100, 1,300, something like that. So we've probably seen over 1,500 normal candy as well. So that's pretty good. And then Dex entries, yes. Let's have a look at Dex entries. So Pokédex entries, we have got 2,195 on the scene, 1,528 on the court. So Pokédex entries have definitely gone up quite a bit during that hour. So that's a pretty decent spotlight hour. We had no hundos, we had no shinies, but still a decent haul. And then of course, we have got the XP. So we've got quite a lot of XP that we've earned today as well. I think we've earned nearly 2 million XP during that hour. Of course, a lot of that was friendship bonuses that we've just got. But I think we've just earned over 2 million XP during that hour, which is really, really good going, even with the friendship bonuses. That is really good going. Now, for some reason, I've lost my stops around here. Yeah, 2 million, that's pretty decent going, isn't it? That is pretty decent going. I could be happy with that. So I don't know why I've completely lost my stop. So let's restart the game back up. For some reason, I've got no Pokestops or anything. I just want to see if there's any Kyurem raids nearby before we finish a live. So this, unfortunately, here is a 1-star. No, oh, there's a Kyurem raid there. Does anybody in the comments want a Kyurem raid before I go? We should be able to duo it, so even if it's just one person, then that should be absolutely fine, because I could nearly solo it myself anyway. So as long as we've got one more person in the lobby, that'll be awesome. By all means, if nobody does, then that's fine. We can just try and see if we can spam some invites out. What I am going to do though, is I'm just going to head over to this Sableye, because I want to do that Sableye Dynamax battle. And then we will walk across to that level 5. Once it's hatched into Kyurem. Now, of course, it's a really, really good time to do some Kyurem raids. Not that I'm trying to talk anyone into it. I am. But it is a really, really good time to do Kyurem raids, because, of course, it can learn Glaciate at the moment. It is guaranteed to never move Glaciate. And they haven't fixed the catch glitch. So there is actually a catch glitch, which means it's practically guaranteed first ball catch. It has a green circle when you go to throw at it. So by all means, just pineapple it and you'll get additional Kyurem candies. I think what it is that when it last came out on Pokemon Go, it was back in the Go Tour in February. And that event was increased catch rate on legendary raids, and Kyurem knew the move Glaciate. So of course we haven't fixed it from when it last got released. It's still got the same settings. They haven't changed it back to default, so that's probably the reason why. But of course, what doesn't know won't hurt them, and we get to benefit from it. So that's the main reason why I haven't mentioned it on any YouTube videos that I've done or anything like that, because I don't want them to see it and go, oh, we missed this, we'll revert it and get rid of it. So yeah, it's best to keep that one to ourselves, I think. Do like my Santa outfit, pretty cool. Shadow Swablu, 280 CP, don't know if that's any good or not. Nope, not very good at all. So we've got Sableye, and then we will head over. We'll head over to the Kyurem raid and see if anybody wants to join through remote raids. Like I say, if you do want to join in the comments, let me know, and I'll invite you. Even if I've not got you added yet in Pokemon Go, just let me know in the comments that you'd like to do it. I'll share my trainer code, I'll add you, and then we can do it before we finish the live stream. And we are getting very, very close on the channel to getting to 1,500 subscribers. That is a huge landmark. 1,500 subscribers is a massive amount. So thanks to everybody who has hit that subscribe button. If you haven't, you could help me reach that target by doing just that. Hit that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on. Caught a rank 48 Bastiodon. That is very, very cool. Rev wants a Kyurem raid. That is awesome. I can invite you, Rev. That's fine. I'll do that in just a moment. So I'm just doing the Sableye as we're walking around to the Kyurem. So by the time I've done this, we should be basically there. Just over 2 million XP, 264 Sheldons encountered, 251 caught. That is a really, really good thing. Thanks for doing that, mate. I do really appreciate that. Definitely like the stat man of the channel. So yeah, there you go. All the stats that we got. during a spotlight hour. That is super cool to see. We swapped into the Zanratenta when I wanted Zacian. Novice mistake. Anyway, we would think I'd not played this game before. What a novice. Which situation now? How do you keep track of that, Jonathan? So, Jonathan normally asks me for my encountered, my XP and stuff like that at the start. Jonathan then just writes it down and then just works it out for me. He's like the mathematician of the channel. Statman John is what I'm calling him. If you're into your football, you may have heard of Statman Dave. We have Statman John. He's a better version of Statman Dave. Screenshot the beginning of the calculator. See, it's awesome. I love that. I love a commitment to it. Yeah, you've got to love statistics. You just can't argue with them, can you? It's just there, it's facts. So 821, a Sableye. Not a terrible one, but not brilliant. I'm in maths section at school. So we should be able to claim these particles now. We'll get the most from today. Not going to claim that last one just because I'll accidentally claim the particles before G-Max Snorlax Day, which I don't want to do. So Rev, are you ready for the Kyurem? Ready to rumble. That is what we like to hear. Invite incoming, Rev. You can join Santa in this raid. There we go. You're on the quick invite list as well. That's ideal. My solo team when I was trying to solo this. We'll just add more to this. So Rayquaza is not only a really good counter for this, but because Kyurem is an ice dragon, it is also an additional bonus because you get more candy for it when you catch it. So it's a really good one. Jonathan is in. Awesome. I'm ready if you guys are. So we'll play 2 games while we do this. Who will get hardest hitter? And what will my CP be? Let me know in the comments. I don't think it's weather boosted, so it should be. It shouldn't be anything too crazy. The CP shouldn't. But guess the CP And who will get hardest hitter out of me, Jonathan, and Rev? Eternatus has got a really wicked move with that Dynamax cannon. Just loads of damage. It just doesn't stay in the battle much longer. 1996 hardest hitter Rev. Fair play. Let's see if that's right. 1996. I've had that a couple of times. It's not brilliant, but I've had it a couple of times. Zacian is definitely a lot more bulky against this. It just doesn't do as much damage as the likes of Mega Rayquaza and the Eternatus. But definitely lasted a lot longer. So CP wise, let's see what it counts down to. Hey Frankie, how are you? 1995, Jonathan with a 1 CP out. That is ridiculous. And hardest hitter, Jonathan guessed Rev. And we got nobody as hardest hitter. I got Charisma Trainer. Rev wasn't even on the list. Where are you, Rev? Now, have we got Shiny? No Shiny Karam. Hopefully somebody else got a Shiny. Either John or Rev. $1995. That is ridiculous how Jonathan guessed 1996 and we ended up getting 1995. That is ridiculous, Jonathan. Got final strike, so happy, yeah. Congrats on that. 10, 11, 10, no Shiny. Yeah, mine wasn't much better, Rev. Mine was a little bit better, but not much better. It was 1 CP off what Jonathan guessed at, which was crazy. But it's 14, 10, 12. So yeah. I didn't get a Shiny Karam on this rotation. Don't worry, there's Raid Hour tomorrow, if you can make Raid Hour. And if you can't make Raid Hour, I'm doing it in my area. So if you want invites, let me know. I'll put you on my invite list. I should do around about 10 or 12. At least. What is my rarest Pokemon in Pokemon Go? That's a good question. Rarest Pokemon in Pokemon Go. That is a good one. What would you say is my rarest Pokemon? Your Hundo Zapdos. Yes, my 2 Hundo Zapdos. I have a Hundo Glaring Zapdos there. And another Hundo Glaring Zapdos there. That's probably one of my rarest. Yeah, I'd go with that. I'd go with that. Yeah, Hundo Glaring Zapdos. The fact I've got 2 of them is crazy. Shiny 98 as well, yeah. I've got a Shiny 98 Glaring Zapdos. Again, through Lucky Trade. But yeah, so close. Yeah, crazy. So yeah. Now the question is, of course, I've got 4-star and Shiny, I've got 15. There's one on there that we haven't yet done, and I'm still contemplating whether to do it or not. And you guys might be able to help me before we finish. Before we finish the live stream, should I purify? And I did ask this on a YouTube short video a while ago, a couple of weeks ago now. Should I purify this Shadow Lugia? Now, it's got a background, and if I purify it, it would be a Shundo. As a Shadow, Lugia isn't that good. So should I purify it? And the fact that it hasn't got attack makes me want to purify it even more. If it got 15 attack, it would be a different scenario. But the fact that it's got 13 attack, sort of making me think I should do it. Do it. On birds, use only Master Ball? No. On the glaring birds, no. So if I type in shiny background 4-star would be amazing. I think I'm probably going to do it, to be fair. I think I'm probably going to do it. And I wouldn't do it, Danzo. Rev says he wouldn't do it. Ooh. I don't know, Rev. I don't know. Let's have a look. Shiny Lugia and Shadow. Let's compare it to all the others, because I might have one that's sort of like good enough so that I can purify that one. 1 star, 2 star, 2 star, 1 star, 0 star, 2 star. Okay, 2 star, and then that 3 star. So yeah, it is like by far the best one I've got. Somebody was saying about the Galarian Legendary. So Galar and Legendary. So yeah, I haven't caught them all with Master Ball. This one was caught obviously through Ultra Ball, but was traded to me. This one was Ultra Ball, but I caught him a while, but of course it's shiny. This one was Ultra Ball, traded to me. Again, traded to me. That one was caught with an Ultra Ball in the wild. That one was caught with a Master Ball. Only reason I caught that one with a Master Ball was because it was extra small, and the chances of seeing an extra small Galarian bird is very few and far between. When I caught it, it was a 3 star, so that's pretty cool. This one was a level 1 Articuno, caught in an Ultra Ball. Of course, a Hundos. I've already gone through those. 98 shiny. Level 1 Zapdos, caught in the wild with an Ultra Ball. And again, if you look at that, the CP of the Zapdos and the Articuno are exactly the same. Could you imagine if I get a Moltres with 47 CP? That would be ridiculous. I might have to use an Ultra Ball on it just so I have 3, all the same. Yeah, so we've got a couple of Moltres, and then of course that Moltres was caught with an Ultra Ball on a com day. So yeah, most of my legendary Galar legendaries have actually been caught via an Ultra Ball. But yeah, I've only caught one with a Master Ball, and that was because it was extra small. If I purify a Kyogre, I would have a trio of legendary Shundos. That is really, really cool. If you have Rayquaza, Groudon, and Kyogre, that would be such a good trio. And you can Mega them. Is Shadow... Is Shadow Kyogre better than Mega Kyogre? Or Primal Kyogre? I don't think it is. In fact, let's see. I've got this little app here. And if people don't know this, I don't work for this app, but by all means go check it out. I use it all the time. It's called Dialga Dex. You can literally just Google it. And this gets updated on a regular basis. And what it does is it can give you different types. So across the top there, you've got all your different types. And it gives you ones that are best for raids and ranks them. So for example, on water types attackers, for example, Primal Kyogre, DPS or EPDS is effective damage per second. So that's actually how much damage it actually does per second. So looking at this, Primal Kyogre is miles ahead of Shadow Kyogre. Then we've got Mega Swampert, which is similar to Shadow Kyogre. So Primal Kyogre is massively ahead. So if I was Rev in this scenario, I would probably purify that Shadow to make it into a Shundo, and then you can primal it. That's probably what I would do. But of course, Rev's his own person. He can decide what he wants to do himself. But that's probably what I would do. The only thing you've got to think as well is how often does it come round? So, you know, how often does Kyogre come round where you could potentially get a Shundo on? You know, not very often. It has like a few appearances a year, if that. How many raids do you do during that time? You know, the chances of you actually getting a Shundo any other way is very few and far between, probably. Of course, there's lucky trades, which is always a good way, as I tend to get most of my Shundos through a lucky trade. but you know, you've got one potentially sitting there waiting. So it's completely up to you, of course. It's completely up to you. But yeah, so that's actually been a really, really good, fun live stream tonight. I've really enjoyed it. We've just literally chatted along the whole way, got involved in the comments a lot. So thanks very much to everyone who's got involved. Dan, you've got a spare shiny Zacian. Potentially. Let me just quickly check before we finish the live stream. Shiny and Zacian. I haven't got a spare one because that one's extra small, so I'd probably keep hold of that one. But no, I haven't got a spare one at the moment. No doubt I'll get a spare one in the future. So if you wanted that for our lucky trade in the future, then I can definitely put your name on it when I do get one. That's fine. But yeah, so that is the end of the live stream tonight, guys. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn that notification bell on. Also, check out the Discord link in the description. I've set up a Discord server. Make sure to go check that out, and you can join the Discord group, and we can chat on there as well. So make sure to go check that out. Thanks very much for tuning in. Thanks for all the comments and all the support, as always. And I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.